Hello again. Welcome to another episode of Stiglr for the Details. My name is Alan Dickerson, known in some wargaming circles as Stiglr, and we're going to be moving on to the first NATO Operations Phase of Game Turn 7. When last we left, we discovered a new toy for both players to use, but primarily, really, it's only going to be to the benefit of the Warsaw Pact, and that is artillery, counter battery, and suppression. And as you can see here, 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 and here, Warsaw Pact has used its artillery assets back in this area and in this area to stun these um, NATO artillery units, which ordinarily would be able to add significant strength to supporting units on the front line. And shorn of that artillery support and suppression, it has enabled the Warsaw Pact to punch through the line here, which looked like a pretty good French line here, but this armored unit has been pushed back. It's got three friction points caused by these elements of the 18th Motor Rifle Division, and it's enabled them to also move into this area here, kind of bypassing the Canadian contingent and making it a little bit harder for the French 15th Armored Division, which is just arriving here, to seal off the line. We can also see now that the first unit has reached the Warsaw Marginal Victory line. So now the game is in doubt. What was looking like a complete lock for NATO just at the start of this turn has suddenly gotten interesting. So let's move forward and see what the NATO response will be. First off, we can see with reinforcements, all we get are two rather puny artillery units here entering at the usual location here at Friedberg. They have their full operational component. And let's start here in the south, since this is the real danger area, and then see if we can address this area too. Or, as the French, maybe we need to kind of address it together, because if we do a complete assignment of this 15th division here, or actually no, it's the first armored division. If we use them to seal off this line completely, we might have some more Warsaw Pact units surging through this gap here in no time. The helicopter units were really beat up by trying to staunch the combats in these two trouble areas, so they gained friction points as a result of it, and they're pretty much out of it. So what do? We don't have any other reinforcements that can help, so we've pretty much got what we've got. And what looked like a really nice line here, suddenly we're scrambling to contain this breakout. So It seems to me this big stronghold here at Ergolding, we could probably spare this armored unit to move in here and maybe start shoring up this line a little bit. We've got a little bit of a what looks like a kind of a Zoc bond here, but this unit here, if he takes 2 friction points, he's going to be forced back further or eliminated. So we've got to look at what we can possibly do. Oh boy. We might be looking at a retreat to this line here. And let's again see where that is. That's still short of the NATO, the Warsaw Pact victory line seems to be here. So a line from Altdorf to this town here might seem palatable. Okay. Let's start with this unit first. Give him friction and let's see, where can we move him? 1 along the freeway. 3, 5, 7, 8, 10. Seal that. Let's see. We still can't give up Ergolding because these units are depending on controlling that to trace their supply to the edge of the map. And now that Regensburg has fallen into red hands, the road net can still travel through here, but these units, well, they could probably trace back here and still be okay to trace back here along this road to this junction and here. So I suppose their Golding does not absolutely have to be held, but we are pinned there. Would have to roll to even attempt to leave there. Okay. Let's see here. This artillery, which was suppressed, and suppose we can move these suppression markers because they only last as long as the phase in which they're delivered. Let's also move down here and get this one. Oops, one more. Boy. This is looking rather grim for NATO. We've got an artillery unit here, which is no, that's adjacent to a German unit. He's in good shape. Probably going to want to see about moving them back a little bit, at least these units, to more defensible positions. Okay, so we'll move 3, 4, 5, 6, This unit will incur friction and move 2, 3, 4 along the road, maybe there to the center point. Move this unit 1, 3, 6, and maybe seal that off there. 2,
You didn't hear anything, did you?
4, 7, maybe move there. Might be better to move into that town. Now maybe spread out these mountain units to kind of cover the retreat. Let's see if we can get this unit to disengage from the Soviet regiment in front of it. Cost him 6 operations points, and he needs a 1 through 3. You got it. So that'll be 4. I'll take that position there. 10. Let's try and break these up. Let's see. The rules for disengagement are a little different if you leave a unit there as a covering force. Then the unit that's leaving can simply spend 6 operations points and leave. So we'll leave with that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, and try and pin these 2 units. They'll have to attack backwards to attack him. Okay. It's a patchwork line, but it's the best we got right now. We need a unit here that's not an artillery unit. Let's see if this unit can disengage by himself. He needs a 1 through 3. He got it. Oh, great. No, he can't do that because if you disengage, you can't enter another enemy zone of control, and that's what is this hex and this hex are both in Warsaw Pact zone of control, so there's nowhere for him to go. This stack of artillery units, though, has no zone of control. It's all artillery, so let's use that. He is able to go this way. That would be 7. But now where's he going to go? Well, let's see. There are 3 units in the hex. Their combined strength is only 3. They are in a... Oh, that's a city. Okay, we'll move him there. And that will pin... Wait. Let me check the rules and see if you disengage if you can subsequently enter another zone of control. Let's see here. got the wrong rules open. Hang on a second. Bear with me while I get. There we are. All right. Let's find the exiting enemy controlled hexes. It's on page 6 of the rules, which is 7 here. Okay. There it is. 625. A unit that is moved out of an enemy controlled hex may not be moved into an enemy controlled hex in the current player phase. So they're going to have to be satisfied with going there, since this artillery does not exert a zone of control. Okay. Let's move the trail from this unit. Let's see. So do we have a solid line, or do we have to think about evacuating Air Golding here? So we got these 2 units. This zone of control is there. This zone of control is there. This one is not, because we still got a soft center of artillery units. Goodness. This one's going to have to vamoose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have here, 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 here. So we have a patchwork line here, but it's really not very intimidating. Let's see if we can't use some of these softer units to buttress the line a little bit. Spread them a little thinner. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. There's a town in that hex that will keep them from being mobile attacked. This unit on the access road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, to add a little stiffness there. Okay. Got this unit threatening to try and break out. Got 4 strength points in that area. These units are punched out. They're not going to do anything this turn, but it would behoove us to disengage this unit. So he'll try and leave, and he can leave as well. 6, 7, 8, 9. Get rid of the tail. Units are all engaged. We do have a zone of control line here. We have it here. This unit, artillery unit, should probably move backwards a little bit into the woods. His range is only 4, so we don't want him to go too far back. These rocket units, they need to support German units, so they can probably move north. 3, 4, 7. Give them friction, remove the trail. Okay. Oh, we still have a nuclear marker there. Let's move that. These are pinned. No option for these to break out. The units around them are too strong. All right, let's go over further south. These units are pinned in. Might be an interesting opportunity here. This long-range artillery, which is now in the zone of control of this French unit. We might want to try and cause all of this artillery some issues by launching an attack. Oh, goodness. Well, if I launch an attack against this unit, all the others will be able to lend their support to the defense, and I'm just going to end up punching myself out. I could try electronic warfare. In fact, I would have to try electronic warfare to make that work. There's no other French artillery within range for counter battery. Yeah, hitting this unit is probably something I should try and do. Okay, so we're going to risk a NATO attack. We're going to use, oops, wrong display. We're going to use EW, of which we have 10. So yeah, might as well. We're going to use EW to forestall any help. And we're going to try to launch a hasty attack versus 1924. No comments. 1924. Let's give him a friction point. Let's see. Can't use chemicals. There's no artillery support. The helicopters are badly banged up. Nothing else to do but hope that we can get in there and cause some havoc. And we roll a 4. It is not effective. So I'm going to get some support to blunt that attack from this unit here. And he will take on a friction point. And now this becomes a 1-to-2 attack, and actually even worse than that. Ugh. This is not going to end well. So we have flat and woods. We have a 1-to-2 attack. We're on the C column. And because there is a town in the hex, we get a column to the left for that. And so now we're on the B column. Oof, this is really bad. It's going to serve as an object lesson that NATO just doesn't attack. 4 Hasty for B is 1-0. So they don't get very far, and they take a friction point for their troubles. All right, now let's move over here where we need to seal this off as best we can. And we have 3 units to do it with that are free. So one is going to have to get over here and pin that unit and hang on for dear life. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got this unit. Excuse me. They'll have to go 1, 2, 5 to cap that unit off. This unit is going to enter Erding. And so we have a kind of a weak zone of control there. We're not going to be able to seal off the very, very map edge there, but the Canadians can do that. The artillery unit is going to have to find a different base, and Markschwaben looks like a good place. 1, 2, 3, 4. This artillery unit looks like he's in relatively good shape. So Wooded Hex moving back into one of these cities is probably going to move him out of effective range. So we'll leave him there. Okay. Yow. All right. Now for the Canadians. We'll take a friction point, move up the road. 1, 1.5. Into that hex with the town to forestall any mobile attacks. And we now have a somewhat solid, but admittedly a little bit porous line here. All right, we've got total attack strength here of 9. So going against that unit there is not going to be a wise decision. There's really not much we can do. We're adjacent to just big armored regiments, and we've already seen what happens when we even try to take on artillery by itself. It just doesn't go very well. Even the Czech units are pretty much unassailable. 3, 4, 5, 7 against a 6 strength there. Yep, just not much to do. We do have this armored unit. Let's see, where do we want to send him? I think we need more help in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the access road, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oof. Is that a town hex? No, it's not. Actually, but it does have zone of control. Links, kind of protects the helicopters. We probably need a unit here in Mooseburg to really feel comfortable. Okay, this. Ugh. This unit disengaging from all these armored regiments is going to ensure that the remaining unit really gets chewed up. But he's got a strength of 5. Maybe the whole stack has got to try and disengage. All right, let's see what the rules for that are. Yeah, it's a 1 to 3 for the whole thing, or I can move 1 unit out at a cost of 6, and then the other unit would have to stay. I think we've got to take the better part of valor, cost him friction, even if it means leaving this unit kind of to its fate. There aren't very many good choices here. Let's see if this Canadian unit can disengage itself. No, it can't. So spend 6 points and gets friction and can't move. This artillery unit will also try to do the same thing. He is successful. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12. It's really not a great place to be, but better than the alternative, which is behind enemy lines. Okay. Any other opportunities here? Only got a strength of 4, so any attempt to punch their way out of this pocket is probably not going to work, as these units, weak as they are, still have a defensive strength of 3 and only have 1 friction point. So that's not going to do well. Let's get rid of this. Demo failed. Delete. Okay. Speaking of bridge demolitions, let's see if we need to try any here. This failed turns ago. So this bridge is blown across here. It really does nothing to forestall movement along this freeway, and that's the important thing. But there is a blown bridge here. Yeah, let's make things as interesting as possible. Let's reorient that. Try to blow the northwest bridge there. So anything but a 6 will work because we are adjacent to it. And there's a 1. So we've blown another bridge. Markers, other markers. Okay, so movement south of the freeway has been complicated. There's nothing further north that will really help. This is already blown in here. This is blown. The one under it, this is already pretty blown up. You can delete that. And Warsaw Pact is already north of this bridge, so it's probably nothing to really be gained by blowing that. Nope, that looks like it. So NATO First Ops Phase is completed. Now we have the Warsaw Pact Second Ops Phase. And let's see if they can exploit. Let's have a look at the air situation. We've got 6 air points left. And I've been reducing the EW points for the second and subsequent phases. So let's check and see what we have. That is here. EW. Donau front turn 7 is 10. 10. Okay, so we got 10 EW and 6 air points. All right, let's start then where we don't necessarily need air, and that's right here. See if we can mop this up. They've got a combined strength of 4. And we've got them surrounded with 5, 8, 11, 13, 15. Without any artillery involved, we'll want to use this one for 19. This one to lob in chemicals. 19. Give him a rest. So 19 to 4. Always that 1 point short. Okay. All right, so let's give all of these units plus this artillery to lob in gas, and we'll give them all 1 friction point. And we will declare a paired attack versus 1232. So let's do the strength again. 4, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 19. Actually, oh no, he's in woods. So that's 19 to 4. 19 to 4 initially. 1 RT unit lobs in chemicals, and we have 1 right for surrounded and 3 right for multi-hex. This doesn't finish him off. I don't know what will. So it's 4 to 1, 7, 4 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tables with all of the bonuses and benefits. Using broken flat woods, 4 to 1, 5, 6. L column. L column, and okay, we get, oops, rolled the wrong die. A 1. Prepared L column E 0, 5. So that's going to, so, you know, both these units were already at the brink, I believe. The artillery unit has, no, takes 2 to kill him. He's at 4. The other unit was at the brink, so it takes 2 to kill the stack. And 3 left over for any advances. So we'll move those 2 in, and this unit will continue on. That's 7. 6 operations points for the prepared attack, and you add 1 to everything in the second phase. 7, 9, 11. Moving up there. These other contributing units are done for the phase. And now we can move the rest of the units up. But let's first figure out, what are they going to do? What is their task going to be? Maybe to guard artillery against any kinds of incursions. 2, 4, 7, 9, 10 and a half. That's as far as he'll get. He'll take on, oh, he didn't move in the first phase, so can't now. Neither did the artillery, so that's all for them. All right. Over here, nothing to report. Definitely not going to make any headway against a city. We have 16, 24 against that unit, 24 to 5. It's only 4 to 1 in broken flat woods. That starts on the F table. Oh, we do have some artillery assets. Let's see if we can make something out of this. Of course, we're going to have to make a reliability roll, which could really mess things up. We would need 2, because I think reliability is only for non-artillery units, or is it just non-adjacent units? Let's find. Okay. Non-artillery units participating in attacks. Okay, so that would mean these 2 armored units would have to risk it, and also any losses are going to be doubled. You know, that's just not a risk that the Czechs can take. These units are pinned, and that is the benefit. It ties up the whole division, but these are units that are too strong to let escape or participate in the forward defense. So we just have to be happy with that. All right, let's start moving up the pursuit. So this division will incur a friction point. All of these cities in the way, costing 3 operations points a hex. I think it'll do to take advantage of the plane and move around. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Pip, pip. Follow the leader. This would be 3, 3. No way around this one. 6, 9, 11. Okay, so we can continue that line, and we can also plant a control hex here. Let's move this from somewhere else. Okay, so they make some headway. This next division will also take on a friction point. 3 freeway hexes are 1 apiece. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, 8, 10, 12. Let's see what we get here. 3, 6, 9, 11. So they get caught up a little bit. Okay, nothing else in the rear areas that's moving up. They are already well used. Okay, there's that. Now, moving up here. Goodness. What do we want to do about this unit? He's behind the lines. There's nothing really to be done with that unit. But we do want to detach this artillery. So he will try to detach himself 1 to 3. He makes it. Gains friction to do so. 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to get there. We need some covering units, otherwise, well, no, this French unit is going to have to disengage to get away from these air mobile units, and then they'll still be able to move adjacent to the artillery because by themselves they don't have zone of control. So probably need to give them friction and move them out. 2, 4, 6, 9. Long range didn't move the last time. So the shorter range will have 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. That's all we can do there. Not much to be done with the Canadians. Let's see, this unit, it's got 4 friction points. Moving again is going to put him at the brink. Let's have him stay put. Let's see what else we can do with the 31st Guards. All right. So we got a town here. We need to get adjacent to these units and move out in the next phase. So like it or not, we've got to incur friction point, move in there. And also incur friction 3, 6, 8, 12. Okay. Now here, we've had these units move in to pin us from behind, so the best way through is to obliterate this unit and move forward. Okay, we do have a French artillery unit that we need to stifle. Actually, a couple of them that we need to stifle before we can reliably move on. But do we have the range to reach them? Do they have the range to intervene? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. These units have 4 and 5 respectively. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Therein lies the rub. Going to have to rely on these units, which just moved up. Let's use the top unit, gain a friction point, and launch a 2-to-1 attack against this counter battery. 2-to-1 versus 2015. And we roll a 6. I think that's going to be ineffective. 2-to-1, 6. Yep, 1-0. So that doesn't work. Then this unit will have to, or wait, that was, 6-to-3 is 2-to-1. This one would have to try one at even odds, even worse prospects, but gotta try. D, so we need 1 through 4. We'll achieve the desired result, and of course, predictably, we roll a 5, so that doesn't work. We're running out of assets here. They're adjacent and can't do it. This unit here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is not within range, but he is within range of that one. So let's give him a friction point and launch a 4 to 2 or another 2 to 1 against that one. $14. That is effective. One friction point, and they are suppressed, which will come in handy later for. Oh no, there's not going to be an attack there. They just moved up. Okay, back to this unit. What are we going to do if French get some support? This unit is the only one now that can reach. Okay, well, his defense strength is 3. It would be doubled to 6 with this unit on there. So, with that in mind, what do we have? 9 and 6 are 15, 23, 32 to 3. That's 10 to 1 still. That should be good enough. Okay. So let's first forestall any help coming by using a EW attempt. Then we'll use an air point to. No, actually, no. Oh, wait. Yeah, we'll use an air point to lobbying chemicals, and we will declare a prepared multi-hex attack versus 2020 EW attempt and 1 air point for chemicals. So let's tote that up again, and we get 9, 15, 23, 31 to 3. I don't think we need any more artillery assets. 31 to 3. And so that starts at 10 to 1. So let's mark those units as participating, and they get oh wait, they did not move the last turn, so why aren't they on their friction point side? It says that they did move. Maybe Well, they definitely did move, and then this unit moved. These units moved in adjacent to try and pin them. So yes, they did move. I'm going to lower their friction point and turn them to their friction point side, which has the same effect. Okay, now they take an additional friction point to launch the attack. And let's see if electronic warfare is successful. It is. So we have 10-1 in the open. And that maxes out at 12, and we have 5 columns. So we 5 right column shifts. So we max out on O column. And let's see what we get. 4 should be an 04, I think. 4. No, it's an 05. Okay, this unit is going to retreat. He has to take 1 friction point and is going to retreat the 4 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, knowing that any advancing units are going to have to follow him as far as this town where they will have to stop. So let's see. What's the strongest unit? That would be 15. That would only be 8, and that would be 9. So this unit will follow up. The others are done for the turn. That costs 7 operations points. And now we could attempt a kind of a 15-1 against these engineers, but it would be an amphibious attack. Yeah, I think we 15-1 against a unit in Broken Woods. 15-1. So we start at 13, and we know that we're going to get 4 column shifts to the left for the amphibious attack, but that's before any artillery can weigh in. Got 1 eligible unit still. If he were to add his 3 points, it would be 4, 9, 15-4. Ooh. Wow. 15-4. That would be only 3-1. And then with 4 column shifts to the left, that would be a disaster. So we either have to use counter battery to silence that artillery proactively, or we're going to have problems. We don't have any artillery within range. Goodness, goodness. Ooh, I don't know if that's a risk worth taking. No, I don't think it is. Okay, now that these units are freed up somewhat, what kind of trouble can they get into? Um, they can set up on this unit here and maybe punch their way through. Ooh, I'm at 5. Oops. Wait a second. No, he participated in that last attack. That's why he's done. They're done for the turn. This unit, let's see, the terrain there is flat. He could attempt a 3-1 breakout here, get some artillery support and chemicals. Again, this pesky artillery unit looms large, and actually 2, 3. That's where they are. Yeah, they've got too much friction built up to risk any further operations. It's going to be up to these 2 divisions to really make the difference. Okay, no headway to be made there. Let's see what can we do here. These are fresh units against kind of beat up units that are not cut off. That's not good. Ooh, just saw something. It was kind of interesting or scary, actually, from a Warsaw Pact perspective. And that's this unit here. If he could successfully disengage from that city, he could just run down in here and just plant himself, say, here after these units go past, and can mount a big, big, nasty surprise for late in the game. I think the 15th Guards tank would do well to make sure that that can't happen. And so these 2 units are going to take on friction. That'll be 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The artillery unit, he can just stay in. He can just stay where he is. And do we have another hard unit to kind of seal this off? Goodness. This unit here is in wooded terrain. This unit here is in a city. They're going to be hard to budge. Yikes. Check terrain again. This unit could be overrun 10-3. It's 3-1. There's lots of artillery. Well, at least some that he could draw on. Looks like they've pretty much sealed that line against a late assault on it. No, I don't think Warsaw Pact is going to do anything else there. What can these Czech units do to maybe seal off this unit now that they're freed from their supply hurdles? We've got nothing but artillery back here. Artillery and engineers. Goodness. Not a lot to be done. Not a lot to be done. Eight against 4. Nothing there. Wow. I think don't have any really good multi-hex attacks that are set up and ready to go here. We have these artillery units here that are pinned by this French armored unit, and that's going to stop them next turn if I can't figure out something. Okay, they're going to try to disengage the entire stack at a cost of 6, and it doesn't work. So all they get is friction for their efforts. Can we contemplate an attack here? 10, 20, 31. 31-6. Always short of the last column, it seems. That's only 5-1. 5-1 in flat terrain. That's H column. 2 columns for the multi-hex divisional attack. Puts us on J column. That's looking good. Can we get support from anywhere? That's 48th. All the artillery is pinned. So we can't get any further artillery support unless it comes from this unit's already long range, but already at 4 friction points. Okay. I think that is going to be a worthwhile attack. So we're going to check and find where the nearest artillery support might come from. This was the troublesome unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's out of range. Nothing down here. The helicopters will not dare to get involved lest they take friction points and be eliminated. So, okay, we're going to go for that attack here. A paired multi-hex attack on 2622. 10, 20, 31 to 6. 6 initial odds. One air point for chemicals. Okay. So we get one column left for the town. We get 2 columns right for the multi-hex and 2 columns right for chemicals. So that is 3 right aggregated. That puts us on, starting at 5 to 1 in the flat, 3. That puts us on the K column. And we roll a 4. K column 4, 0, 3. So he takes 1, which puts him at the brink. Oops. One friction point puts him at the brink. And he has to retreat 2 hexes. 1. It's got to be there. 2. Yep. 1 unit has got to advance and follow him up. And it'll be this unit. The other 2 are done for the phase. Now this unit is now got some maneuver room. Anything he can think of doing. Hmm. 11 to 6. There's really not much to be done there except to set up for next turn. Oh, man. Do I want to move him? Now we got to keep going forward. Action point. Let's get ready to blow this unit out. 2, 4. 7, 9. Keep in mind that the zone of control of this unit does not extend into a city hex. So that's a free control hex. Okay, that's all for that. This 53rd Guards, they're coalescing over here, so where can he best make his presence felt? And it is artillery, and also artillery that didn't move initially, so he's not going anywhere either. I think that's going to do it. So, Warsaw Pact. Completed. Then NATO, second phase. Start here. 3, 6, 8. Okay. This is still holding as well as can be expected. These guys are pinned. This unit, can't really see moving him anywhere. Or yeah, I think he needs to move in there with that engineer unit. But he did not move initially, so he's stopped. I forgot to bring these guys in. I'm going to give them a pass for my mistake here. And first figure out where they can most be of help. Be in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the first phase. 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 10 and a half, 11 and a half, 12. And now they will incur another friction point to get to a better defensive position. 3, 4 and a half, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a half. All right. And And I think let's go back here and see what kind of, this unit didn't move in the initial phase, so we can't now. We might be able to get into a little bit of mischief with this unit, but I'll have to remember that for next turn. I believe that's all for NATO. And then we go to the Warsaw Pact, third phase. They pass. NATO passes. End of turn 7. Okay, so we're about done for the turn, and it's getting interesting. Although the Warsaw Pact frontline units are starting to fray a little bit at the edges, we've got 2 fresh divisions that are going to be moving up to exploit things, and they might be able to make an end round here. And the Soviets already are at their marginal victory line, so anything else is going to be gravy if they can punch through and get in amongst the road network. Including Center City here in Munich, which would fulfill the Munich isolation on its own at a strategic level without having to cover all of these isolation hexes. Just that alone will do it. So I would think that NATO might be well advised to get a unit there to be there in case a further breakout happens. There might not be enough time for these units to recover enough friction points to be able to really make a push. The Czechs look kind of punched out. This area here is kind of weakened. So it all really comes down to this and this area for the breakthrough with the aid of these fast approaching third wave troops. So that should be interesting to see what happens, and we will pick it up at that point after, of course, I end my log file and I save the game as turn 8 start. And remember that vassal discipline. All right. So we'll see you next time, and that will do it for this episode of Stiglr for the Details. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you like this content. Likes are always welcome too. And we'll see you next time.